Hi, I hope that you're feeling that. The shifts and the energetic waves and the intensity and the whatever words I've been mentioning, not just for the past few weeks, but throughout this whole year. And I think for many, many people since about 2018, 2020, 2021. While it is absolutely I lost my train of thought. I just heard the sound of my son screaming very loudly. Sorry. Let me base myself again. There's a lot going on. There's a lot in the atmosphere. And according to what I have observed through information shared regarding the characteristics of 3i Atlas in particular as pertains to the changes that are happening right now at the time that I'm recording this, October 2025. However, I'd like to again follow up as per with the fact that all of my readings and intuitive channelings are intended to be timeless. However, I must say that this is a very unique time in all of history. I have to acknowledge that. And yeah, I can't deny the fact that what we are going through right now, what we're feeling, the things that are very clearly happening astronomically, it really is a unique time. Really, really is. We are feeling very unique feelings, going through very unique internal, emotional, and external processes. I woke this morning to see that someone I follow on social media, they reported to have just fallen ill. They say they have the aches and the shivers and I'm sure fever and all of that suddenly. And that's something that I just wanted to mention. Sorry, the laughter is more based on just how real the energetic influences are of these times and how it really goes without saying, I hope for at least you in your reality, that we are not just living a 3D eyes, flesh, things, density reality. There's so much more parallel realities running alongside this one, influencing this one, us influencing them. I'm feeling very energetically loaded right now. So the what do I say? The molecular, the particular truth of that, of the fact that there are other realms happening that we are aware of, is becoming extremely important. I've repeated this so many times, and it's as if that idea itself, the presence of the thin veil and of our influence on other realities and vice versa, that in itself is getting bigger and bigger and more in our face and more unavoidable. Like for many people, they were just able to walk their path and never have to ever find out exactly how much their awareness influences their reality and to some extent others. But now it is pretty much unavoidable. It's undoubtable. And if you do by chance find yourself around people who don't understand this and who don't live this as an experience, you will see it, you will feel the dissonance or the disconnect or the separation. What's wrong, baby?
Emma said because you
Go get Auntie's iPad in the room and come sit here with me. You will feel the disconnect and the dissonance between the split reality, that the great split that we've all been referencing. Although I must say, when I first heard it, I did not understand what that meant. It sat on some level, but I really didn't get it. And now I'm really starting to feel it. I've yet to experience the reality of it, mostly because I'm used to being the type of person who I've always been really, and I've learned it as a coping mechanism to just block out when I don't feel the resonance or the connection. More particularly though, when I feel a force. Everything's going to become energy, everything. So you can definitely consider revisiting all the science you learned in grade 9 when you were like 15, 16, 17. Very interesting as well that they would align those kind of like quantum teachings at that age of development. Yeah, Earth is crazy. Life is crazy. Anyway, more of that to come online, more of that to have to surrender to. I wanted to also make reference to all of this happening in Scorpio season. Apparently, and if I'm not mistaken, I will correct this in the description of this video if I'm wrong. But I believe that Three-Eye Atlas's perihelion is happening when there will be a tropical Scorpio stellium in the sky, which is very fitting, I would say, for it's fitting for the intention. I just want to clear the definition of perihelion and clear what it is that I'm talking about in case you are unaware. Sorry, I didn't mean to do this now. Three-Eye Atlas, I will link all the videos that I've been gathering information from. You can specifically find Stefan Burns. He, in my opinion, is an enjoyably unbiased resource about Three-Eye Atlas. He is a guy who's super passionate about it, so shout out to him. I will tag a video that I've watched of him. But you can just find his channel because it's all he's been talking about for a very long time now. And it is an interstellar object that is currently in our solar system that is going to make its closest contact with the sun on the 29th of October, which will be tomorrow. That will definitely cause, in my opinion, some energetic waves for all of this, for all of existence, all of the existence of this solar system. It's already been doing its thing against planets like Mars and Jupiter, where it's interacted with them, like it's touched them, you know, not physically. Sorry, it's orbited very, very close to them. And there has been a lot of sun action, solar action happening as it's been approaching. As of what I collected yesterday from Stefan Burns, he had said that for the past 4 days prior to that, we have received major solar flares, chronal mass injections. I'm still trying to understand what all of these are and the terms and stuff, so I'm trying to like dumb it out for me to be able to relay. The sun has just been releasing these whoops of like solar radiation towards us and towards Three-Eye Atlas for the past 4 days, which is very special. It's very special, very notable, and definitely felt, like I'd said, through many people's like physicals, through the person I'd mentioned who randomly fell ill. Girl, your body is being affected by the energetic shifts. And that's also why I laugh, because this is not something I can casually say. You can't, I mean, I know if I were in that state, I already study it, so I'd be able to accept it a lot easier. But I'd say maybe a version of myself that didn't know all of this information, if I were going through physical ailments or some kind of external upset and something was like a tower card, you know, an upheaval. If I were going through that and some girl decided to, And some girl decided to share with me that, oh, you're probably being affected by the energies. I'd be so irritated. Because also, what is there to do, you know? I think for most of us, what could be experienced on some level now is this upheaval and these transformations, the intensities, the emotional waves. It's all so irritating. I'm receiving that frequency of being really irritated and really forceful, even if just internally, about trying to have a situation turn out this way. It seems like it's like tipping towards a B journey, but you wanted it to stay on A. You expected to, for the sake of physical elements, there was plans that you had. Oh, there's another friend of mine who injured her leg and now she's got a cast, and she's a very physically active person. Like literally her job is on her feet for hours at a time. So this is a huge shift for her. A huge shift for many of us. Thankfully, though, from what I'm noticing via the patterns around me, none of the shifts are too intense. Any of the crazy shifts that were meant to happen and cause a shockwave happened in the beginning of October, in my experience, in the entry into Scorpio season as well. There was a lot of clearing, chaos. It was crazy. Feels like now, what is to come, considering the energetic foundation of what's happening right now. Everything, 3i Atlas, yes, is transforming the cellular frequency of our existence right now, but we don't see it. And for many people, they don't even know that shit's happening. They're just feeling crazy, or they're just falling ill, or things in their life are just going insane left, right, and yeah, for a lot of people, if you're spiritual enough, then you don't even need to be aware about 3i Atlas. But anyway, for the sake of helping us further understand what's going on and helping us cope, I felt called to come on this live and try my hand at trying to kind of iron out what I feel is happening energetically. Although I'm finding myself, I go, and then I stop. And then it's like, what's going on? That's why I'll be laughing quite a bit, I think, through this, because I'm trying to alchemize the frustration and the intensity and the shadows and stuff. Guys, I'm really sick of it, eh? I'm really sick of the shadow work. I feel so frustrated and so like enough, about the depression, the sadness, the what do I say? The hard, aggressive reactions towards life's occurrences. But I think that's a personal thing because I just don't like that frequency. But now I'm trying to generalize it. I think what's more happening is just that sense of surrender. I'm trying to learn how to surrender in a more fun way and in a way that doesn't feel heavy for me. I'm tired of being heavy, So that'll be me. Big stuff happening. Big changes that I think are finally going to be able to be understood from the inside out, Again, please pay attention to the fact that life is an inside-out experience. Yes, sometimes it's an outside-in experience, but in is where the inside is where this game is actually happening, right? So I wanted to unpack, and it's an awareness thing. I feel really crazy about being a human being right now. My ego, my awareness is on a whole really strange new level, and it's happening live. I think that's also something that's going to be happening for a lot of us. I think I'm feeling into the possibility of more kind of psychedelic awakenings, but without psychedelics, where people will be stone cold sober and they'll suddenly realize like the transcendental, is that the word? Transcendent, whatever, the permeating thin veil-y experience of being alive. People who weren't used to taking note of that, or who got senses of it very lightly, and it was mostly a, wow, that's deep, that's really deep. But then, now they're going to be able to feel it from the inside, and lots of revelations about revelations about really important information you received in random conversation. That might be something that comes up, which I think is always fun to experience, is because there's always going to be a theme. Pay attention to what your mind pays attention to. Lots of clues in that, and lots of clues in the sensations that you feel, where you just like randomly feel like a tasting, or where more specifically where you are, where you randomly get the flavor of something in your mouth. I wish I knew what the clear was for that, but those kind of sensations and things are going to come online for us on a personal level. That's the root of how the telepathy will start, the ability to feel someone's energy, think about them, then next thing they send you a text, Lots of that coming. Lots of that is going to be a new experience for some people, and is going to be a very usual experience for others. Like, there's a group of people who've been experiencing that. Obviously, everybody, we see it everywhere on social media, we talk about it, but now it's going to start being, it's that in itself is going to start meaning something. It's, yeah, it's going to be so obvious, the energetic presence of this experience. And then the umbrella idea of that being that God is alive, Jesus Christ was right, all of the essence of a lot of religions and spiritual beliefs are going to start becoming, they're going to start awakening in people. I think that's a greater part or reason of why, but I've explained this in previous videos, why there's so much religious shifts in people. Lots of people are finding Jesus. Lots of people have found Jesus this year. God bless them. Hopefully by now you have found the language that suits you, the language of spirituality and religion that matches how you relate to your soul. And hopefully you are approaching religion and spirituality like that, not so much as a worshiping and don't try to run. I wouldn't recommend that, because I do find that a lot of people who are going through religious shifts are also doing that. They're running from something. Whatever you're running from is going to find you, even in that religion. Wherever you go, there you are, So with that in mind, hopefully you find and pick a spiritual belief in following that keeps you connected to your self. Then you go into exploring what the self is, what your self is, ego, all that whole journey. But I get the sense that I'm speaking to people who know. They're pretty well aware. So I wanted to jump ahead to the point of trying to break down what these energetic shifts are to me. I believe that at this point, firstly, it's reached, I think, in my opinion, it's reached its limit of like being useful. The whole, it feels like there's a language about this in the spiritual community. There's a way of being that's expired for us. And I think that with what's happening right now, this is a pushing into or outside of that expired behavior. Expired is whatever this means to you, but it feels like there's a layer to our ways of being and our ways of experiencing life that is truly done. And I think it has to do with how little we previously believed in God, or how little we applied our beliefs our moral codes, our intentions, etc. It feels like we were missing something before, and now we're understanding what it was. We're building that piece from scratch, and our power after this, after we integrate everything that is to come with these changes, is going to be immense, and it's going to be very, very exciting to be us, as as the egos. Like we're gonna start feeling continuous gratitude over having chosen to be the avatars that we have incarnated as into this lifetime. It's going to be really fun, and it's going to be well deserved, because I also get the sense that I'm talking to people who really understand what it feels like who really understand what life feels like when it's not fun, when it's really, really bad, actually. And notwithstanding that is, again, we are leveling up, shedding. So just to check that everybody in the room understands that we are at a wisdom level of understanding that bad shit happens. It is what it is, but it's not going to get us down. We're always gonna find a way up, always, all the time. Or a way up was always gonna find us. That helps me. Looking at it that way really helps me. It helps me feel less alone. So with this shedding, I think will definitely come a new sense of, like I've been saying, a new sense of awareness. And that new sense of awareness is it feels so new that we're again at the phase of evolution where we may be experiencing a cluster of things that we can't talk about. So it's going to feel lonely again. But this time, the loneliness is assisted. We are definitely going to feel the presence of the forces, God, ancestors, our own selves, our soul, the presence of God, of the divine with us during those times of loneliness, so that we can, got him just one more time. You know what I mean? Well, not one more time, obviously, but I mean like this. Essentially, I'm feeling into a shadow phase coming, another one. But this time, it's going to feel very, very empowering. And I think mostly because of the fact that we've gone around the wheel enough times, it's going to be very naturally like easy. It's going to be like life is going to feel easier. It really, really will. And I hope that you can understand that relative to the work you've done, relative to how aware and how powerful you already are. I'm talking, when I was mentioning the fact our power after I integrated this, yeah, but that power is always, it's here with us right now, right? What we're actually integrating is the shadows and darknesses and whatever that make us feel small or like we're a victim. We are practicing to stand tall, be resilient in the energetic way. We are already very resilient people. We've proven it enough times to everybody who's interested to know if you're ever curious about how resilient you are. Everybody sees from your story. They see in who you are. But now the resilience has to come in the act of being soft and open and trusting, which is fitting for the Scorpio season. And as well, a random detour, 3i Atlas is also making a close contact with the planet, the comet. I don't know what this body is. Chiron, the wounded, the symbol of wounding. So lots of healing, wonderful healing that you have to take it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying aggressive. I mean like, be open, be trusting, like I said, remain hopeful, remain steadfast in your faith and in all the work that you've done. Keep up with the rituals. This is how we integrate it. Keep up with your rituals. By now I have a list of things that I do on a daily basis that I know if I skip, like I've interacted with each of these lists of things. If I skip it, this is what's going to happen to me. This is how I'm going to feel by the end of the day. you know. I have things that I keep in my arsenal to maintain. And I'm so aware of the difference it makes when I don't do them. So hopefully that's something you have done for yourself as well. Hopefully that's a relationship you've created for your reality. My baby, please can you stop? Please. Thank you. It's very important that we ground ourselves in the remembrance of how our life interacts with us, and to see challenges as whatever the thing is in a video game that keeps the video game interesting and exciting, you know, the little obstacles and stuff. Otherwise you'd just be exploring interface and nothing would be interesting. You have to like interact with the game. So the challenges is gaming interaction. It really helps me as well to think about life as a game. Maybe playing games would help for you. I've been feeling the knack to play The Sims, but I haven't. I've been feeling lots of knacks to answer my inner child. And I think that's part of this healing process and part of uncovering the woundings and stuff, I think, for all of us. So that you should definitely look into being a child, doing things as children do, intentionally pick on an action you can do that is like that of a child, that is childish. Mark how you feel. Mark what it is that you choose to do, because that's also a signal in itself. Please don't underestimate the power of prayer and the power of keeping up with that, especially right now. Sorry, I've lost my juice again. My engine's... There was something that I wanted to reference about Scorpio season. Oh, and the Scorpionic lesson of needing to surrender in times of unforeseen transformation. It feels like that's what we're going through right now. The things that are changing and the ways in which we are upgrading are so new, so unique, as I mentioned in the beginning of this. So unique that we can't we can't control it. We have to let go. We have to let go. Otherwise, it's not just a matter of, please put down the volume, baby. Thank you. It's not just a matter of sorry, I'm struggling to focus towards the end of this. I think I'm going to have to close this off soon. But I really want to finish off with this. It's not just a matter of I really lost my focus. Maybe it's that I've said all that I needed to say then. I'll surrender to that at least. It's a lesson in itself, me demonstrating. I do believe I've said enough in that I just wanted to keep the up going, you know? I wanted to, even just for myself, keep the momentum. Because it feels like there's something going, there's something very exciting going here, and we can't let, like, now is the very last, now, I hate saying this, because I think this in itself relays my control issues, but I want in this moment for it to relay my strength and hope in the future. We can't let the shit that got us down before get us down again. We cannot, no matter how bad it was, even if, and yes, it was terrible. Yes, it was awful. It was awful what you've been through, but it's time to walk forward with everything that we have become, everything that we've been working on, especially this year. It feels like this year was a very important time for reconstruction. internal reworkings, root changes or root acceleration, you know, fixing things, cleaning things, correcting things. This doesn't look like it should be there. Let's try this here. Does that work? Not really. Let's keep going. Let's keep being brave. Let's keep trying new things. You know, let's change. Feels like a lot of that is what this year was. And it's time to live those changes and see again, keep playing around, keep putting things in new places, trying new things, keep having hope, keep being curious, keep going, you know? That's what I wanted to say more than anything, is that we need to keep going. And you are so much stronger than you know. And you're gonna, as time moves on, I feel the sense of a new kind of like personality unloading for us, where there are things that we used to find very daunting, difficult, that used to really make us fill us with shame or guilt or fear or whatever. We're going to look back much sooner than we think. Like as a matter of like December, like just now, we're going to look back at things that used to get us down, and it's really going to feel like, oh my God, why would I ever let something, it's like, it's like kind of, like an ex situation where you look at an ex and you see who they are now and you're like, wow, why would I ever be interested in that? That kind of frequency is going to come a lot regarding our lives, who we were, the things we would, mostly the things that we would think about ourselves and about others, and the way that the things that we would think affect our choices. That is the system that's changing. The way we think and feel, how we interpret those things on an ego level, and how we then use our ego to action shit. That action shit has been very based on fear, and obviously would then attract and bring in more fear. With what's happening right now, 3i Atlas wise, astronomically, energetically, this is being washed almost of the fear, so that we can start doing this from a place of love only, and attracting and pulling in love only. Strictly, not only, because there's obviously going to be energetic interruptions through all of that. Obviously, I mean, we're in a machine. So anyway, I think that was a good closing. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Still on my intuitive channeling shit, still feeling very personal via my card pulling. So if you are interested in a personal read, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I believe that considering how crazy these times are, I should likely lean more towards giving free readings. So if it is that you've watched this far and you're catching what it is that I'm saying right now, then have this be for you. You'll know then by hearing me right now to DM me, and you can ask for a free reading. I do feel called to offer that, but only via this channel and only via people who actually will hear this, you know? So yes, definitely reach out to me. If you watch this far, you're hearing me say it, reach out to me, ask for a free reading. I will give it the best I got, girl. I'll give it the best I got. But also please know that you have everything you need all the time. You always do, in the sense that the point of the point reality of your experience is so infinite. You know, that's what I actually mean when I say you have everything you need. I'm reiterating this. You are at a point of infinity, of infinite experience right now. From this point onwards, you can choose anything. Anything. This is always true in every moment, by the way. But I'm affirming this right now as you're watching. Be aware of that. Understand the possibility of that, and how true it is that, you know, it's much bigger than the fact that you have everything you need. It's much bigger than that. You get me? Do you get me? Onwards and onwards. Onwards and wherever. We just need to continue. And we will, and it's going to be amazing as we do. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next live stream. Angel.